Hi, I'm Alex from the Sewing Workshop, and today we're going to talk about the hot, trendy new fabrics, Scuba and Neoprene. I have a great pattern for you guys here today called the Chateau Coat right behind me. It's an open front, loose-fitting jacket with slit front pockets and dolman sleeves. And what's great about this fabric is it doesn't need finishing, and so you see that the seams are completely raw. Over here you can see the versatility of this fabric because here it is in a skirt. This is a great pattern, and you can tell that this fabric doesn't drape very well, however it is super stretchy. So you're going to want to pick patterns that have not a lot of drape, but give you some options of really seeing the versatility of all the things you can do with this fabric. Now let's talk about the difference between neoprene and scuba. Here we have neoprene. Now the nature of this fabric, it's synthetic, it's very stretchy, and again, very little drape. But neoprene, as you can see, has a foam core. So it's surrounded on both sides by two membranes, but inside it's foam, so it's spongy. So if you feel it, you can really tell that there's some sponginess in there. Next to it, I have scuba. Here it is in a really fun print, the same print that's on the skirt. But as you can see, no foam. And again, here on this scuba, it's backed in a beautiful knit. But again, the main difference with neoprene being in a foam, having a foam membrane, but the scuba not having that foam membrane. Very stretchy, no drape. So let's talk about seams and some options for that. So I have here, I'm showing you a serging technique. This is a 4-thread serge, and that would be your seam of choice. It's very strong, would give some stretch. So I'm going to go and show you guys that. And here is some woolly nylon. This thread would be great for you because it's very strong and very stretchy and will feel great against your skin. So it would be a good idea to probably put this woolly nylon in the 2 lower loopers in your serger. Let's go on over to the serger. All right, so when I have this 4-thread here, I'm either going to trim off my 5/8 inch seam allowance, or I am gonna just trim it off as I serge. Here, I've already trimmed off that 5/8 inch seam allowance, so I'm just gonna serge right up along the edge. So again, we're not trimming anything off because my seam allowance has already been trimmed off here, but we want to make sure that the seam allowance is already trimmed off because we're not leaving any bulk in here when we serge. And again, this is going to be a really strong stitch for you, and if you have a serger, definitely go with a 4-thread serge for neoprene or scuba. Next up, I'm going to show you how to mark with this fabric. So we're going to talk about cutting and marking. Again, what's great about it is you don't need to finish it because the seams will not fray and you can leave them raw. And for marking, I have a chalkener and a ruler because we're just going to want a very clean, straight cut. So with my rotary cutter and with my ruler up here, I'm just going to mark exactly what I want to cut with my chalkener here. And then with my rotary cutter, I'm just putting that blade right along the ruler line so I can get the cleanest cut possible. Another marking option for you will be to use your smooth tracing wheel. The reason we want to use the smooth tracing wheel is because the ridged one would damage the fabric. So we're going to use this one, and I've just got white tracing paper to use here. So I'm actually going to flip it so that I'm marking on the right side. I'm just going to demo a simple X here. So this would be what you would do on your dots instead of tailor tacks. So when I flip this over, you can see that X in that marking. So we've talked about marking, we've talked about cutting. Now let's get to the technique of what seam we're actually doing today. We are doing the traditional overlapping seam. Here I have already showed you guys how to cut and mark this fabric. So what's happening here is I am taking my ruler and chalkener again, and I'm gonna mark the 5/8 inch seam line on both pieces. So let's pretend this was the shoulder seam in a pattern. Again, you're gonna mark with your chalkener 5/8 inch seam on both the front and the back of the shoulder. So I'm just gonna mark this 5/8 inch edge again with my chalkener and the ruler. So we've got 5/8 inch on both the front and the back. Now, for me to do an overlapping seam, I need to actually trim away one 5/8 inch seam. So again, taking my ruler and my rotary cutter, I'm trimming that away. And this is just one, don't do it to both, just one of our overlapping seam sides. So that's trimmed away, and I'm leaving the marking of one side. Next up, one of the tools you'll need to have in your tool belt for this fabric is something called craft tape. This is a narrow adhesive glue, and this will, along with pins you can use for regular seams, but this will adhere this fabric on top of each other so that it will stay very well. So again, I've trimmed one seam allowance, and I've left one. You can see the marking there with my chalkener. And I've used this craft tape to align on the inside of that seam allowance. And it doesn't really matter if you remove it after you've sewn it or if you leave it. You can totally leave it in, that's totally fine. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna peel this away to reveal this gluey side. So now with the craft tape revealed, I can now overlay the side that I've cut along that chalk marked line, and I'm just gonna finger press that in place. And this fabric won't press for you, so that's why this craft tape will be really nice, and a finger press will do the trick. So we're gonna move over to the sewing machine where we have an edge stitch foot attached, so we can see our final sample here where we're initially going to stitch this top stitch seam right along the seam line and then stitch another seam over. All right. Now the thread we want to use here is any kind of all-purpose polyester thread. I've chosen a white here for you all to see, but I've chosen also a stretch needle. That will be a good option for you guys. And again, my edge stitch foot is attached so that I can stitch right up next to this crease, this raw edge that I cut, that I laid over the top. All right, we're gonna lower the presser foot. And again, this ridge in the edge stitching foot is just right along that raw edge. And my needle is basically as close to that raw edge as I can get. So right now, I'm at about a 1.5. Again, just as close as you can get to that raw edge line. And this fabric really is pretty easy to sew. It doesn't need a lot of help. If I were sewing a traditional seam, I might use a walking foot to help guide my fabric through there. But you'll be surprised. Don't let Scuba intimidate you. I think you'll have fun. I think you'll have fun making your next garment with this fabric. So here is my top stitch seam. And now I'm going to change to a patchwork foot or a 1/4 inch foot, and I'm going to sew my next seam to finish up my overlapping seam technique. So we're going to pop this one in. And my needle position is going to go to the middle here. And what's great about this foot is it also has another nice ridge for me to line up with the raw edge again. So I'm just going to sew with that ridge right up next to that seam line, and it's going to sew straight for me. So we're ending up with 2 parallel seams, and I've kept that craft tape in there. Again, you can remove it if you want, but you don't need to. So now I have 2 parallel seams for my overlapping seam. So I'm basically done. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm turning it over to the wrong side. And so in order for me to basically have it look the same on the right side as it does on the wrong side, I'm gonna take my long shears and just trim this back seam. So the reason I like long shears is because I get a straighter cut, and I feel like I have a little bit more control in my cutting. So just as close as you can get to that edge, you'll trim that. All right, and there is your overlapping seam. So let's talk about hem finishes. We have here some options. Again, no finishing needed, so no need to serge those edges or anything. But what we've got for options for you are using a twin needle. So it's simply turning up that hem and using a twin needle. We've also got turning it up to do a simple zigzag, or my favorite, a raw edge. Just making sure you get a really nice, clean cut. So that is everything you need to know about doing an overlapping seam involving the Scuba and Neoprene. So I hope you got all the tricks you needed to work with this fabric really well.